Welcome back to Border Barrels. We're back again for another brewery showcase, and this one's a really special one. So, covering Bridge Road, a local legend, our friends, Bad Girl Riri, hashtag starting it. No, thank you very much for leading us down this path. We had some birthday beers, and they're absolutely bloody delicious.
A bomber that Hudson can actually rely on.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I won't have to suppress the memory of these bombers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Bridge Road bombers are much better than the Essendon bombers.
No, absolutely fantastic. So the rest of the pod coming up now gets a little bit wild. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Border Barrels back for another week, and as you've just heard from our lovely intro there, we are doing a local legend with
First
something,
time.
Yeah, something very well.
Sort of.
It's not
Sort
the
of.
first beer from a local legend on the
No.
pod, but it's the first showcase type that we've done for a local brewery.
It is. We have spoken to these people before, as you would know, but yeah, we've got a local legend with some big stuff to offer. So, as you would have heard,
Literally big.
Bridge Road.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. So apologies, we've been meaning to do this pod for quite a number of weeks, but things have happened. But we're back. Bridge Road's a bloody good place. One of the top venues in Vic. Make sure you get out there. And it's not just because it's local to us. That's in Victoria. It's in Victoria.
Was it
the whole state?
one?
It might have been number. I tried to find it. I couldn't find
Who
it.
did it?
Beer Cartel,
It was
I
the Beer
reckon.
Cartel,
I could only find 2022, couldn't find 2023.
Oh, yes.
But it was in there for sure. But yeah, shout out to Ree, shout out to Brad, Ben and the team out there. They do some good stuff. So these guys have recently had, the number one.
Australia's favourite brewery venue by state, Victoria, Brid Road.
Brid Road.
Brid
Road.
Old Briddy Roadie.
Yeah, very good. All right, cool. So we are just going to hop straight to it. Get it? Hey?
Hey.
We've got
Are these hoppy beers though?
How
or
long
they-
do you reckon
a
it'd
little
take to hop to Beechworth from here?
a while, and I reckon your knees will be shot.
One knee.
Yeah, well, I suppose. I reckon you'd alternate.
Can we get the potato sack and just do it with both feet?
But one thing, so this is clunky to
That's
start
just
off with.
jumping.
I apologise, I didn't plan any of this. So Bridge Road have recently had their 18th birthday. So we
Happy
are going to
birthday.
be
They can
doing.
drink.
They're legal.
Yeah, they're legal. Well done. Ba, 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 ba. So we're going to do one of their birthday beers that they do each year. Or are we?
I'm going to feed
I
the
don't know.
wall next time I'm there. Just there you go. Just tip my drink
I
into
love
the
that
brick.
Simo
into the
gave an
bricks and
air
mortar.
horn. Air horn for legality.
We should get a real air horn.
So we've got this fella, B2 Bomber, Mac 13. That's this year's. That's the 18th birthday.
Yeah.
But also,
Oh,
but wait,
Shit.
there's more.
Oh.
I'm going Mac whatever on your
My liver. My Tom Liveratore.
We have got the B2 Bomber Mac 12 from last year as well.
Wait.
So this has been cellared by myself. I've got a cellar down in the basement of my house that I've been looking after this
It's the,
time.
Is it your-
it's the
is it
first
your-
beer he's put in there, actually.
Yeah,
too.
it is, yes.
It's usually reserved for bodies.
Is it
Yes.
your Marcella?
That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. Good on you, Zach. That's good. But yeah, like many
You can tell it's Father's Day
Yes, you can. Get out of it.
with all the dad jokes.
Like many of our favourite breweries, Bridge Road brews a birthday beer each year. They try to make it unique by brewing a black Belgian IPA, which is pretty rare. Right up
yeah,
your
I
alley.
don't reckon
That's
I could.
awesome.
I don't reckon
Yeah.
I could name another.
Yeah, so we're going to hook into both. What do you reckon as far as order? What do you want to do?
Well, let's start with the 13. No.
But-
yeah.
Because what I think, so before we go too far into detail, I'm pretty sure these are a similar beer with a different type of hop. So I've got one with cryo hop, which is last year's, and this one with spectrum hop. So cryo hop, they in the process they sort of isolate the lupulin, and so yeah, it's
Look at
freeze dried
you.
and all that sort of stuff. And in this fella here, Spectrum, it's some sort of liquid situation. But I believe they are the same hop because they sort of sold them as a bit of a deal. So I think we might go reverse order.
It's funny how at the start of the pod you're trying to throw us off the scent by being like, oh yeah, I've done no research, I don't know anything.
Just
cryo hops.
pulling out lupulin.
So what they do is they actually freeze the lupulin out of the hop.
So I didn't think about how I was going to intro.
This is pi to 27,000 decimals.
Just crack the beer. So we're pretty excited about this fella here. So basically the stats on this one that I could find.
Who's sculling it?
Well, Hutto might be. So B2 Bomber Mach 13, their 18th birthday. One would presume that since it's their 18th birthday that there is about 4 shots of tequila, a few cruisers and a kebab in this one. That has been salad for many years because that's what my 18th birthday consisted of. Couldn't find too much info on the exact hops and that sort of thing. But this is a Black Belgian Double Spectrum IPA, 10.4%. So very excited about that one. Shall I read the blurb? I don't want to. I'm not very good at reading out loud. Oh, that worked better than I thought it would. Your hand's probably bleeding. 2023 marks 18 years of Bridge Road Brewers crafting beer in Beechworth. To celebrate, we've created yet another edition of the fabled B2 Bomber, the 13th edition of our annual birthday beer. Maintains the unmistakable combination, getting there, of complex dark malts, fruity Belgian yeast characters, and big punchy hops. Mach 13 sees us go all in with a Spectrum hop combo and an ABV of 10.4 percentile. An artful balance of these familiar B2 elements with layers of Spectrum hops makes this a beer to savour. What do we call it? A Black Belgian Double Spectrum IPA. Well, buddy, I'm not Big Kev, but I'm excited. I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Who's Kev?
Big Kev. He used to sell Big Kev cleaning products, and he had this big, real baggy Australian shirt.
And he was excited.
The problem is when you go the old blah, blah, blah. Sorry for, I don't know things from moons ago.
No, well, what am I? Am I 10 years older than you? I don't know. I'm pretty old.
Not 10, 7.
Yeah, but how many?
It's also a number.
But how many actual years? Like not actual
dog years.
Yeah, I reckon in dog years I'm a little bit older. I still reckon.
Yeah,
I'm older.
there's probably. I feel like there was a lot that happened between 1987 and 94. So although it is 7 years on a calendar, the amount of stuff that happened, it's like 15 years.
Yeah,
it's 15 years of pop culture essentially. So where does this rank on the global B2 Bomber scale?
Oh, that's good. I didn't look that up. What? Tell us. Tell us now.
So the 12 has a global average rating of 4.17 on Untapped.
Okay.
13, 4.06.
Okay.
This is pretty impressive. So they've done some like 10.5s, 11.5s and stuff like that. But of all the B2 Bombers, the highest is 4.3 and the lowest outside of the halves, which is the 13, is 4.06. So imagine doing 13 different special beers and the lowest is 4.06 out of 5.
So when I was doing my research, there's a lot of people that just come out of the woodwork and turn up once a year for the release of the Bomber. Also, it's probably one of those ones like it's $40 and you can only get it. Well, you can get it on tap in some places. Yeah, it's bloody delicious. I've sort of seen this year, but you can sort of only buy in the bottle. So it's probably limited stock out there and people wouldn't just stumble across this one. But it's absolutely delicious. So this is the latest one. So what do you reckon, Gratz? You haven't said much down there, but yours is almost gone.
Just quickly, they're all Black Belgian IPAs.
Yes.
From 1 to 13.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that I didn't know.
I just thought 12 and 13 was.
Oh, sorry.
No, but like every single one is. And then the halves are like different barrels that they've aged in.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see the halves there. That's you've
So
done
the
better than me.
10.5 is the 10, but it was aged for 12 months in a Rodder Tempranillo barrels. And the 11.5 was the Mach 11, aged for 6 months in Corowa whiskey barrels.
Yeah, so I've got down here as well, made with the dairy.
Dairy. That's like that. What's that video of the news reporter in America that had the stroke live?
Okay,
and
well,
she was reporting, and she's like,
okay, well, let's hope that hasn't. Hang on,
Yeah, no.
Awful. I'm pretty hot.
You are wearing track pants, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true. and I did go outside for more than 2 hours yesterday, so I'm probably burned. Made with a very dark complex malt profile, Belgian yeast, and each year from what this is my own conversation. I was reading as if someone else wrote it. From what I've read, they do experiment with the hops and that sort of thing. They had there's some Corowa whiskey stuff that they put in there, which is unmatured spirit in the form of liquid, not ghosts. There's been coffee and a few other things, vanilla and a few things over the years. But yeah, I haven't had. I reckon I had last year's one to try. I don't think I've had too many of these. What do you reckon, Gratz?
It's really good, but when you said unmatured spirits, I was just thinking of like, if you'd say immature, I was thinking like an immature ghost. It's like, like the paper wasp hits you on the back of the neck. I was like, who the fuck did that? It's just like, there he is.
Yeah, like when you go to bed, it's putting your hand in water.
Yeah.
Nice hat, man.
Oh, Jesus.
1993 card. He wants his shirt back.
Fuck off, Casper. Anyway, so the first sip, we haven't done bottles for so long and had that bottle flavour. Did you get what I meant?
Yeah, like there's a bit of glass.
Yeah, but then it went away, and then I can't believe how smooth it is.
Yeah, it is really smooth.
Yeah, and I think my brain wants to say it's going to be chocolate, and it's not. So once that went away, just the depth of the flavour. I actually need to have. I've got a bit less than you guys. I'm going to have a few more before I really rip into the flavours that I'm getting. But,
Value's difficult on this because it is $40 worth of beer.
Yeah, but when you...
Like, it is heavy.
It is heavy. It's really nice, though.
Yeah,
it's really
I'm
nice.
going to give it like what I deem as an average. Slightly above average because of how good it is.
But also, it's not about
so
how...
you've gone lower than me, are you?
No, the reason... I'm not going lower. I was going to...
the reason is...
I was going to say, with value... It's something they release once a year, so it's more the exclusive nature.
Well, and also I don't want to boast, but if we were to actually rate it on value, it would be a
5.
It would be a 10 because Ree handed it to us, so that was very nice. Thank you, Ree. Shout out.
Thank you, Ree.
Let's have a look.
Maybe we'll get her back on the pod next time. Well, not definitely. Next pod, but when we got to head out there and have another chat.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they said next time it's on home turf, so we'll head out there.
Ree.
Bloody hell, I love it. I've been out there. I've had a couple of weeks off. I've been out there a couple of times.
You were there bloody Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Goodness. So good. New menu. A couple of things going on.
New chef.
Yeah, new chef. And also, so the kitchen is...
My name is Chef.
So you'll like this, HUD. So the kitchen is closed between said hour and other said hour. But there are things available. There's
like
dips.
What?
There's olives.
Dips.
Dips.
The dips were delicious. The olives were delicious.
Were they made by them, the dips?
Yes. Yeah. It's all good stuff. So
Paul Newman's tzatziki.
Oh, no, that's Paul Schaefer. Sorry. Oh, dear.
Jesus.
This is very nice.
I'm just like reminiscing about all my favourite moments from going to Bridge Road Brewery. One of them being my Bucks party.
Yeah.
Snuck in for a little lunch there in the afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good time.
I don't know. There was not much sneaking.
No,
there were many of us.
It was loud. That's when I spent a Australia day there. It's 10 years ago, back when Triple J's Hottest 100 was still on that day. And it was nice to be in a venue where when all the heavy songs came on, they didn't turn the volume down.
Why'd you have to sneak? You snuck in?
No, my Bucks. I said, like, did I say snuck in again for Australia Day, did I?
Stop sneaking.
Yeah, why are you
Say
sneaking?
it twice, did I?
It's because he's wearing his sneakers.
Yeah, maybe.
He has to.
I'm not taking my sneakers off.
You'll listen to that back. You'll be like, Simo, are you listening?
Is that Simo at the beach? Was that your impression?
Still got him on. Simo at the beach.
Thing is, though, if like
wearing his Nikes.
If some thug with a knife came down, Simo's going to get away. He's got comfy shoes.
Absolutely.
And we're governed by how many bindies are in the grass.
You got your thongs, so like exactly. Run it in thongs.
No, this is
big plug of blowout.
This is delicious. I really like this.
There's
been a bit of conjecture. I've had a look in amongst things. So like, is it an Imperial Stout? Is it a Belgian IPA? We don't know. That was in the earlier versions, but now I think it's like it is a Belgian black IPA because they've got the yeast strain they use does give it that Belgian.
But it's got the black IPA profile of being like
malt than
more bitter than a stout or a porter. But then it also has the smokiness of the porter.
Yeah.
So it is that. I reckon it's a primo black IPA, and then it's just got the Belgian.
It's the best I've had.
Variety.
Yep, best I've had for sure. Okay,
Okay, Tina,
Actually, so that-
Tina Turner over here.
I'm
Simply the best.
I'm glad I had a bit more of a go of it now. Yeah, that yeast profile. When you really narrow it down, that's that first bit. I think that's the first part of the flavour that you get.
Yep.
And at the end, it's like, oh, black IPA.
Yeah, I still haven't worked out how. I know yeast does play a. I can't taste it and go, oh, that's because of the blah yeast. I still haven't learned. I'd love to learn that. So if anyone would like to walk me through that one, that'd be great. But
I'm still struggling with hops.
hops, hops, I can kind of get a little bit.
And is it beer? Is it wine? I don't know. It's all the same. No, I'm all right with that. I reckon if I blind tasted styles of beers, just generic styles, I reckon I can pick them. But if you gave me like a draft and a pilsner and a lager, I'd be cooked.
Yeah. Yep.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon there'd be subtle differences, but I don't drink enough to know them. But if you gave me like a hazy, a NEPA, and like a fucking, I don't know, something similar, I reckon I could be like, yeah, I know these.
Oh yeah, because you're into those.
West Coast.
Yeah, but you definitely know the difference. between
So
those.
I couldn't find anything other than Spectrum hops for this one, but geez, dribbling.
is
So good.
Detective work.
But these appear to be the same sort of deal. Do we reckon Sabro for hops, or they said there's
I
a
don't
few
know.
different ones, but like
But Sabro's
coconutty,
That's coconut, isn't it?
Coconutty,
Yeah.
tangerine, and something else.
But that's mentioned specifically on the 12, but not on the 13.
No, it's not. But I thought the only difference may have been the anyway. Well,
sorry, did you say the 12 mentions Sabro?
Sabro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
specifically.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just deducing that based off. I think it's the same beer, but they're using different hop
Styles.
delivery styles.
Sabro is the most interesting hop going around to me. At the moment, at least, that'll change with time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I've had some beers that are heavily Sabroed that I'm like, dunno. And other ones I've had, I'm like, this, what a fantastic addition to this beer. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm interested. I don't know if this one has the Sabro, but I'm interested in trying the other one now. It actually is confirmed that it is in that one.
That's very
And seeing what it
good.
adds to a beer that is this percentage with that much of a malt profile, yeah, I can see it adding a completely different element to
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah, no, it's good.
also with these, of course, something special they release every year. They call, it's just the B2 Bomber. That's what people know it as. I wonder if they released. So I'm getting ahead of myself with the Sabro, but let's say they really highlighted the Sabro. You could release this beer or a variation of it, not as the B2 Bomber, but you could chuck anything on like lactose coconut infused Belgian black IPA and it would still be really interesting.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't
definitely.
put that on the B2 Bomber label, of course, but...
Oh, like yeah. So, geez, are they bees? What's happening? Are we getting attacked? Are we under attack? Did you see all those bees?
Yeah, a few bees just came
Air
in.
raid siren.
bought a barrel
yeah,
bees.
bloody hell.
We need so many. There's so many sirens that apply for our pod.
So this is this is the
Thanks, son.
sorry, this is the Mac 13. Did you guys see Maverick?
Yeah.
Geez, no, you didn't.
No.
Why?
This is a good movie.
I just don't get much time to go to the movies.
Yeah, fair enough. Tom Cruise, how good. Oh, also
And his big central tooth.
Spectrum hops as used in Volume 2 of New Sky.
Yeah, which
Oh,
we've
yeah.
raved about.
Yeah,
when it came out.
which was quite good. So, but yeah, Maverick. Yeah, Tom Cruise with his central tooth. Have you seen Mission Impossible?
A couple of them.
You seen the
Yeah,
recent
the
one?
Ghost
Not the
Protocol,
recent one.
maybe.
Yeah. Do you know
there's
that?
a recent one where he does that motorbike jump?
Yeah, that's sick. I saw that. Whoa, Papo! Hey, buddy.
We got a dog.
We got a dog chasing a
He's
ball.
chasing a ball, but who threw the ball?
There's someone down the road.
I think it's the
We'll try and get him on if he comes past
unmatured
again.
spirits.
Oh, the immature spirit.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, very good. But they were great movies. I was just thinking, was it start of Maverick where he's like getting to Mach like 15 or something? So
I just remember the Mac 2, Mac 3 Razor from Gillette.
yes,
The bloke's
Oh,
driving
yeah.
real fast, and then it's like the next one up. On
the
the
best
Razor.
your man can get.
you know, in Mission. Do you know what I was just thinking? A random thought in Mission Impossible. You know how they have that face thing. As a kid growing up, so basically
Are
there's
you
this,
saying that the characters all have
Sorry,
faces?
are you,
No, so-
are you thinking of Face Off with John Travolta?
no,
and
that's
Nicolas
also a
Cage?
good movie. Watch that. The briefcase opens up and you dial in someone's face, and then you put it on. It's got the voice thing. Jeez, I have wanted one of those for so long, and I think I would just use it for social situations.
Immature spirit-based situations.
Because, like, sometimes when you want to go out somewhere, but you are fearful of seeing someone, and you will absolutely melt into the carpet if you have to talk to someone. I just like to take someone else's face. And
Which Mission Impossible movie was it that had? Is it Richard Roxburgh from Border
Border Express.
Oh yeah,
he went to Aubrey High School.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah,
we could be next.
Which Mission Impossible's the one where the mission was possible?
I think most of them, he sort of did it because he sort of proved
at some point you got to change the name. Mission difficult.
Mission, we thought it was impossible, but Tom Cruise made it possible.
I just want to know when Ving Rhames is going to get an Oscar for his work because he's great. He's very believable. Yeah, very, very not cheesy.
All right, you got Bridge Road news? Or
I do. Yeah,
keep pouring
it. Whatever.
Do you want more?
I've heard a little bit.
Driver.
Oh, dear. No, to be honest, I don't really have too much more.
You're a big
one. We know enough.
You're a big one-wood.
But what have you got? Have you got some news? You've got some news down there.
Oh, we can talk about more beer news. I was just thinking more about, for now, thank you, I'm at Bridge Road. I had a friend that, actually, I've done a disservice.
Jeez, that's good.
Done a disservice here.
Do you want more? Or are you getting more?
Thank you. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah.
I was actually presented with a very special Bridge Road apparel a little while ago for the pod, and I've just realised I didn't bring it.
Got like one of those staff-only T-shirts.
Yeah, no, I got a very special old-school kitchen apron that I should have worn.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll have to bring that out at another time. But, so having a friend that worked in the kitchen there, and I do remember...
Was it washed?
Yes.
Or it still had pizza on it?
Still had pizza.
Yeah, acid washed.
Good pizzas there. Yeah, but I still remember being there... on that Australia Day I mentioned, and packed, of course, huge day there.
Yeah,
and someone apparently set a record for asking. Oh, excuse me, I've been waiting for our food for a while. Do you know where it is? A record for the shortest amount of time, 11 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
On a busy day.
Yeah, well,
I've been like I haven't done it because I don't need to create the I don't like the confrontation, but I've definitely ordered food and I've been so hungry that I'm like, is it ready? Like I'm like, can I please have this pizza? Is it ready now?
Yeah,
like in my mind I'm like,
so
just bring me the food.
Can I tell you when I changed my mind about that? Because I was the same as you, but up at the Gold Coast once I went to a surf club for a palmy, it beat me back to the table.
That's insane.
It was the worst palmy I've ever had in my life.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Someone had basically...
The table was 3.75 kilometres from the bar.
No, I think that it made it by accident and sent it back, and it sat there for an hour, and then when my order went through,
we've got one. Yeah.
So I don't complain anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, typically you do go to surf clubs to go surfing, so it's your fault for getting the palm.
No, they're a big deal there with the dinners.
I think my tips for that sort of thing, never to be in a rush. Well, don't go. If you're going to do dinner and a movie, it's risky. Go with plenty of time.
Do movie then dinner.
Yeah.
Catch a matinee.
Yeah, matinee. But yeah, and also go to somewhere that you would enjoy going. So you're never really in a rush. You're looking around. There's artwork on the wall. The staff are good. I don't know. Just make an event of it. That would be my tip for that.
See, I always just end up going to gold class cinemas and they bring the food to me in my seat. Shitty burger.
Schnitty burger. Okay, yeah. Delicious.
Yeah.
That was his issue with the palmy. He ordered the shitty.
I would like to go to...
it was a poo with like Napoli sauce and bloody...
Here in Albury, I would love to go to Gold Class but order grilled and they bring it in.
Yeah, I'd imagine a Gold Class with outside food. It's like, can you just run down to Din Din's and get me the Korean fried cauliflower? Thank you.
And the other thing is... like wearing probably the Bridge Road apron might be a way to go because it's going everywhere. If you get anything in Gold Class, it's going everywhere.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's so dark.
I've missed my mouth so many times.
And you're eating at a weird angle. You're like kind of leaning back. I don't know.
I said this might be your way in from something from the previous week's podcast. Maybe they can get the Vietnamese guys' food in the menu and there'd be pictures. Yeah. And then you'll know how to order it correctly. Portion control.
Goddamn pictures.
Yeah. Oh well, that was a fair bump. No, very good.
Yeah, I didn't think I was out of pocket by suggesting that.
No, that was
It's
fine.
why I really enjoy the books I read to Teddy because there's many pictures.
Yeah. See, and you're like, I understand this as well.
Yeah,
I love autobiographies.
The words just become captions.
Jesus,
How many? Like, do you watch shows with captions if they're in English?
Don't
Because
Okay.
I hate it.
Subtitles.
No, this is a whole thing.
Yes, yeah, subtitles.
So I have I haven't got very good hearing, right? So,
But you also have poor eyesight. So
well-
I think where you're going with this, you're in real strife.
yeah, some shows I watch and like, that was really good. You're like, what? That wasn't even a thing. I couldn't hear it or see it.
You never press play.
But no,
black screen.
I watch everything with subtitles, and as a
Ah.
result, yeah, everything.
No,
Everything,
no,
all the
no.
time.
I'm surprised you with a child. Yeah, we do now all the time
No,
because
'cause I
if
don't-
kids are fluffing around.
No, but see, I don't watch stuff with Ted around. The only thing that the TV is on if Teddy's awake for the purposes of Teddy's shows and sport. They're the only two things that are watched when Teddy's up and around.
yeah,
I don't watch my shows. I watch my shows later. But I think it's like it's a skill to be able to have a show with subtitles and still watch what's happening. Because how many times do you watch something with subtitles and you're just like, the screen's here and you're just like
And you're just reading
the
Yeah,
words?
Yeah,
So I'm just reading a book.
yeah. Fair enough.
I might have a hack. So last night I enjoyed the Mountain Culture Zero Mississippi Tipper, 4.3 standard drinks.
Yeah.
So just finished it. I'm like, I want to put on a comedy film. Just going through Netflix and there was a movie called Budapest. I was like, I've been to Budapest. I love Budapest. And it was about two blokes that want to start like a Bucks Party tour through Budapest because it's relatively cheap country. Turn it on. I'm watching it. I'm like, this movie's out of sync. I'm like, what is going on? And then I looked
With
at
the
the
sound?
subtitles. It's a French movie.
Yeah, and they've dubbed it.
So I don't like watching things dubbed, so I put the
No.
subtitles
Yeah,
on.
so that's the only time the subtitles are appropriate for things like Squid Game.
Yeah.
And Lupin. I haven't watched it,
Lupin.
but it's a very highly rated show, Lupin.
It's French as well.
Yes.
It looks like
Yeah.
Luther.
Yeah. So that's understandable. Or shows. Sometimes it annoys me when shows have a mixture of English and foreign languages, and you just want subtitles for the foreign languages, but it adds subtitles for the English parts too. It's like, no.
Yeah, this one didn't do that.
Despite what you may have heard on the podcast, I have a fairly decent grasp of the English language. I don't require the words.
But sorry, the hack is that it actually sobered me up pretty quickly because I was concentrating so much on reading.
That's another
That-
another thing with shows that is just so foreign to me is that you're like scrolling through Netflix and just like, that one takes my fancy. I'll have to scroll through, get a list of 5, Google what the highest rated ones are, and then pick it based on that.
You know, I think we've been against AI and Neuralink and all that sort of thing.
No, yeah. Tell me what I want.
I don't want to look. I don't know what I want. I want someone to tell me what I want.
Yeah,
You know
how
what
many
I mean?
times have you gone to, it's like, righto, Marcy, Sophie, Sarah, let's watch a movie. And it's 7:30 and you're like, righto, we'll get one going because we want to be in bed by 9:30. 8:30, it's like, nah, couldn't find one.
Yeah, so many times.
I've been scrolling for
But
an
yeah,
hour.
I love it when people
Let's
tell
just
me what
watch
I
How I
want.
Met Your Mother reruns.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
happy with
How
that.
Met Your Father got cancelled.
Did it? I haven't. Sarah watches that.
Yeah, Soph watched it too.
Hilary Duff's aged well. She
hasn't
looks
aged
as-
at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She looks
Yeah.
the same as she did when she was doing Lizzie McGuire.
Or in Gossip Girl. She was in Gossip Girl.
Was she?
I believe so. Geez, I better check.
Blake Lively was? Is that who you think?
No.
No, she was. I reckon
Well,
she was. but,
too. Aye.
But like, not a main character or like super late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you
Olivia Burke.
Yes.
Oh, third season.
Thank
That's
God.
pretty early.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Have you watched that recently? That's a weird nugget of knowledge that you have.
No, it is. I have watched that recently.
Oh, she dated Dan.
Yeah, so...
And spoiler alert, he's Gossip Girl.
Oh, what? I haven't
He
finished it yet.
He also
Actually.
I've seen it a couple of
he
times.
also murders a bunch of his ex-partners. because
Yeah, he
he's got real
does.
Issues.
Is that you?
Towards the end.
Is that in you?
That is.
It's pretty funny. So I would recommend you. That's a very good
It's like
show.
Gossip Girl meets Dexter.
Yeah, but
Yeah, okay, I haven't
his
watched it.
his style kind of gets pretty you-ish towards the end. It's kind of like when there was that rumor about Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, yeah.
You know how they join into one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the latest season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul in
Yeah.
it?
Sorry, speaking of Aaron Paul, the new Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, see, I haven't watched any Black Mirror yet.
Yeah, it's very
that you could watch that as a standalone episode and treat it. That one's an hour 20. You could treat it as a movie.
You know
yeah,
what's funny about Black Mirror is it's like all about the technology and stuff like that, and everyone's like, they're so far fetched, and then they just keep happening. Like, is it the episode with Miley Cyrus where it's like artificial intelligence making music, and now all of a sudden like Drake's best song was made by AI?
Yeah.
So I think that the thing for me with that is it's not like you're like, oh, this is where we're going. Like it's not. It's only a half step off where we're going. Black Mirror, excellent TV show.
I've got a bit of beer related news.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I thought we were a Gossip Girl related podcast.
Yeah.
What was the big gossip? People may be aware of this, but I thought we'd bring it up on the podcast. So now, Hudson, I know you have. Sam, have you been to Moondog World? Mm-mm. Okay, so only 1/3 of the pod has. This is about Moondog.
Oh, have you not been?
No, I still haven't been able to. I'm actually going to Melbourne soon.
There's a nice lagoon.
I'm trying to sneak it in. There's
A couple of goons around the lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be gratsies.
This is taken from the Crafty Pint. So, marvellous Moondog to open vast Docklands brew pub. So, beer lovers might have thought
many
Moondog's
adjectives.
1-2 combo earlier this month gained the council's green light to move into the former Franco Cozzo site in Footscray.
Is it Kotso?
It's C-O-W.
Yeah, I know.
Simon was unaware of this.
Yeah, which I'm fairly sure you were the one that was like, I know what that is.
I'd probably say that quite
Didn't
often.
you do like an old TV
He lies.
ad?
He lied.
He was the one that like coined Footscray, isn't
Oh, I didn't even know that.
it?
No,
Franco Kotso's furniture in Footscray.
I don't think that's me. I don't think that's me.
Must have been someone I know. I only know like 5 people. So
Yeah, well, it wasn't me.
We love our exclusives. We obviously got the exclusive for Murray Towns opening their brew pub and signing the lease. But Crafty Pints exclusive reveal, and I'm sure
our main rivals.
I'm sure they've probably had a few more. Than
We're
us.
coming for you. We're
Can
so
reveal
close.
they'll be bringing their unique Moondog will be bringing their unique offering to the heart of their hometown, opening a 1,500 person capacity brew pub next to Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, that's big. That's good.
That is, yeah. Plans at this stage are to create a 100 capacity pub and restaurant that will be open at all times, and to install a brew pub size brewery inside a much larger space, which would open on game days for the public events,
I tell
and
you
also be
what.
available
that's
for
good.
hire for large functions.
That's good.
Fuck, if you thought umpire and player abuse was at an all-time high, it's gonna skyrocket.
No, I think that's good because
Absolutely.
there's there's a lot of places.
Moondog.
I don't want to be too rude, but there's a lot of places that I've been to because I don't know where I'm going, right? So I've been to a lot of like if I go to the
A
footy,
lot of places when I don't know where I'm going.
I'm here for a kebab. Sir, this is Franco Kotso's furniture store.
P day, my friend. But I'll go to the footy and I won't be like, oh, I'll go to this pub or whatever. I'll
I
turn
thought I
up.
was going to the volleyball.
Mr. Stinson, this is a Girl Scout meeting.
Mr. Johnson, it's happening again.
Is it? Or is it that you girls can't admit you have a problem? Sorry.
So anyway, my story is I will go somewhere and it'll probably be shit before the footy. It'll be like, oh, we've got a 50-minute wait. It's like, well, the footy's in 30 minutes, so I don't understand.
That's
know
you
what you're
with
doing.
the movies. You're going. You're
See?
going for dinner.
Anyway,
And to update that, a bee may fly in front of the camera soon. He's just hovering behind. We'll just keep an eye on that.
He's keen on the football.
zap. Came to zap.
Came to check the scores.
Yeah, he's a flamboyant bee, that one.
Only bee-related teams in American sports.
Yeah, the Barranduda Bumblebee.
Oh, well,
That's a local legend.
oh, he's near the table now. He really looks like
Okay.
this B2 bomber.
Hey, here he is.
There is a second B.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
there's B1 and B2.
There's a second bee on the field. All right.
Is there any bees? There's the Hornets in
Oh, yeah.
Premier League.
Charlotte.
Charlotte as well, yeah. They're Hornets. I think there's a in the
Do they
Premier
draw an
League.
H on the outside of the building so you know there's hornets in there?
In H. Shout out to
Written in blood.
Magnets.
How good.
Yeah. There it is.
H for Hornets. Yeah, in the English football system, there is also a Wasps too. I can't remember the team though. God.
Before we move on too much, I was thinking about this the other day. Are you guys aware of the term wasps in regards to like a type of middle-aged white person?
Nope.
It's an American thing,
Yeah.
and I've heard it referenced before, but I don't actually know what it means.
Oh, damn. Okay, all right. We'll see if we can find that out.
So I've seen shows before where it's like some weird sort of conservative older couple and people are like, are you guys wasps?
White ass something person would be my guess.
I don't want to Google wasps, white people, but like maybe that's
Is it? Oh, here you go. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant
Surely not.
Okay.
That seems very specific.
okay.
Maybe.
is generally used today to describe all white, non-Catholic, non-Jewish people in America.
Okay.
so-
okay, there you go.
White, affluent, schooled persons.
Oh yeah.
Surely
Is that
surely
urban?
it's that. Yeah,
Yeah,
surely
okay.
it's that. Because that's super
Yeah, like
specific.
Protestant, Anglo-Saxon
Goddamn.
Protestant.
Oh, he's a goddamn wasp. You can tell by the way he walks.
Oh, you go. This lens was applied to all white Americans in the 1920s.
He walks like
Oh,
a
it's quite
Protestant.
old.
He talks like a Protestant. Classic Protestant.
Why do you sound like? What's that? That's a actor
I don't know.
or a character.
It just comes out. It just flows out of me.
I just become one with
Yes.
the wasp.
Let's open this bloody bomber. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty bombed. Just let me
About
know.
Bomber
what?
day, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
bummed or bombed?
No, bombed. I'm pretty bombed. My
Oh, that was thick.
my blood alcohol levels.
Yeah, I'll just have a very small bit. That's burps wafted.
Wasped.
Yeah, it had a bit of taste.
Yes.
Like a taste.
So Grazie,
Taste the burp.
you'll be taking home the rest of this.
Today you'll be taking
Congratulations, Zach.
Sorry, this has to be mentioned. Bob Barker, rest in peace. Bob Barker.
Oh, from The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know he
The Price
died?
is
Apparently,
Right.
he
Right.
died at age 99. So he was the closest to 100 without going over.
Oh, ding 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 ding.
You'll be going home with
The B2 bomber.
death.
The Price is Wrong, bitch.
Yeah, what a legend.
Oh, what a legend.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Remember to spay and new to your pets.
Oh, that's very good.
Drew Carey's pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
No, but he wasn't good at acting, but he's been good at other things somehow.
Yeah,
They stayed
yeah,
relevant.
like that show
I
was
really
tough.
love Whose Line Is It Anyway.
That's what a show. Yeah, because he doesn't have to act in that one.
The Drew Carey show wasn't terrible. It wasn't great.
The lady's makeup wasn't very good.
She's the one that first comes to mind.
It's like, oh god, this chick. Yeah, well.
Thanks, that'd be great. That's...
I tell you what's a good show that gets not a lot of mention, but is on like, I think it's on like 7-2 or Gem or something in the middle of the day. King of Queens. I really enjoyed that.
Jesus.
Come on, man. Paul Blart.
Yeah,
you know-
yeah. Kevin James. Is
So
that
do you
it?
know the very interesting backstory of the two
Ben
lead,
Stiller's dad?
the two lead actors of that show?
Ben Stiller's dad. Who?
Isn't that
Jerry Stiller.
Yeah, isn't that the dad in King of Queens?
I thought you were saying that Paul Blart. I'm like, no, that's not how that works genetically.
No, so Kevin James apparently is a notorious dickhead. Like, not a nice guy.
No offense, Kevin.
But are you also I forget
reserve
the
our
actress's name, who is his wife in that show.
yeah,
Her backstory. So she was like deep in the Church of Scientology, and she's one of the
Oh,
rare
yeah.
humans that actually
Leah
got,
Remini.
yeah, one of the rare
Yeah.
people that actually got out of there. She's done a whole Joe Rogan podcast on that. If
Yeah,
anyone's interested.
that was very interesting. Whoa, hey now.
What about the Joe Rogan
Hey,
podcast with Post Malone that went for like 7 hours?
Yeah, well, they just like each other.
My favorite meme thing at the moment
They talked
is
about the card that he bought for $2 million.
Yeah, the Pokemon.
No.
Magic the Gathering.
yeah.
Yeah, still don't know what
what's
that is.
that thing of him going, yeah, all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, thanks. And they were like, Post Malone is on drugs. And it's like, yeah, hey, man, I appreciate that, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he's just polite.
Yeah.
I
He's just
think
very
Post
polite.
Malone's great.
Yeah, I do too. I went and saw
Like,
him.
he's a bit of a crazy, like, he's, like, stuff's going on.
I went and saw Chili Peppers and he supported, and I realized I knew like all of the songs. I didn't know I knew any of them.
Do you also know he tried out for a bunch of metalcore bands back in the day and as a guitarist
Yeah.
and did not actually make the cut?
Well, you would really like, so there was a Grammys performance. I saw him live, and you would really like, so in the live version of his songs, going into the chorus, it will go into a scream.
yeah.
And also he plays guitar, like, yeah, you would actually
I've seen a
really
few
like
of his
him.
live clips of him actually playing guitar, and there were a few covers.
Yeah, it's very good.
He did a
It's
very
so
nice.
good.
He did a very nice version with Angus Stone of Big Jet Plane. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And also the other thing that I really enjoyed during COVID, they did a fundraiser, and they just did, it was like him, Travis Barker, someone else. You all right, buddy?
Can you hear that noise? It won't come through the microphones, but there's a
whistle.
noise. Oh, it's this. It's bubbling.
Oh, I can hear it now. That's pretty.
It's one of those immature spirits.
Yeah. it
God
is.
damn.
God damn it. But he did a set, a Nirvana set, where he
Yeah.
sung and played guitar wearing a dress like Kurt would have done. Very good. Very good. Yeah. It was excellent.
Yeah, you realise like the difference between like artists that are good at what they do and just generically very good musical people.
Yeah.
Like a Dave Grohl or a
Yep.
Post Malone or a there's a few out there obviously.
Yeah.
Like a John Mayer. He can do a bit of everything.
John Mayer and Chappelle did a show the other night.
Yeah, they did a whole tour.
Yeah, it wasn't there, but it was.
Imagine
apparently good.
doing that. Imagine going to that, seeing a Dave Chappelle stand up.
so it was Chappelle
stand up,
Corby.
and then No, that's you didn't let me finish. So it goes like Chappelle show, and then John Mayer, and then the encore is Chappelle Corby teaching you how to conceal drugs in a bodyboard.
You know what? She could do like sportsman's nights.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I'll
like,
bring the weed.
Like if she's like
Yeah.
down at the local,
Yeah.
If she's down at the
Yeah,
Springdale
yeah.
Heights Tavern just for an hour talking about everything that happened, having a few drinks, or like I'll go.
But like what actually happened, it's like no
Yeah.
phones. You got to put your phone in
Yeah.
a yonder pouch and all that sort of stuff. I'd love to know. There's so many things I'd love to know.
Yeah. There's so many stories just about everything though, like in life.
Hold on,
There's
we read
just
the
like,
blurb for the beer.
Ah,
I haven't even had it yet. I'm still going on the 13.
I will read the blurb.
13?
I'll read the blurb.
13.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. 2022 marks 17 years of Bridge Road crafting beer in Beechworth. To celebrate, we've crafted yet another edition of the fabled B2 Bomber, the 12th edition of our annual birthday beer.
12. Bib.
Oh, yeah.
Birthday bib.
Because they started at 5
Birthday
years.
bib.
Okay.
Birthday bib.
The 12th edition of our annual birthday beer maintains the unmistakable combination of complex dark malts, fruity Belgian yeast, characters, and big punchy hops. Mac 12 sees us going all in with a cryo hop combo and ABV of 10.1. An artful balance of these familiar B2 elements with layers of cryo hops makes this beer one to savour. That's not what it says, but that's how I ended it. But it's the same.
Okay.
I don't know how to rate the blurb now.
Oh, come on.
No, it's
bloody,
all right.
read it your bloody self.
The
First thoughts, what do we think? Do we like it?
Hold on.
Slightly smoother, but I don't know if it's because I had enough of the tasting. Of
there's
the
a
first
definitely
one
a
for it to
different
settle in.
tasting.
Yeah. I think I like the 13
Yeah,
better.
I agree.
Because I like there's more hops about it. No, I might grow. No.
I just have a funny anecdote, not about the beer, but about. So I've just switched
All
it
right.
over to AFLW. Season started, great footy being played, but because I just started a new stream, it was slightly blurry as it had like the internet hadn't kicked in because we live in Australia and we have terrible internet.
Yeah.
But one of the forwards from Sydney let out, and I was like, oh. It's the Sydney version of Strawny because it was all fuzzy, but she was actually just wearing a red, like, protective helmet, like Caleb Daniels style.
yeah,
Because it was fuzzy, it kind of looked like a mullet.
Oh, because of the hair.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's a haircut.
But also, what about
But,
the
yeah.
Karate Kid headband, Georgia
Yeah.
Garnet? It's
Georgie Garnet, yeah,
yeah,
bit
Georgia
of
Garnet with orange. It's an orange and navy, or it's meant to be charcoal, but it looks a bit more navy.
bit
than
of
Jersey does.
bit of Zach Wilson about that for you NFL New York Jets fans.
Can I just say, the bloody...
No.
Yeah, okay.
No,
The girls, AFLW girls must be bloody fit because they play throughout summer.
yeah,
Geez, they must be fit. I'll tell you who else is fit. We just watched the Matildas. They did really well. It's great for football in Australia. Caitlin Ford must be the fittest person in the universe.
her and Katrina Gorry.
Oh, well,
Gorry ran the most Ks in the whole tournament.
did she? Okay, all right. I only saw a couple of
Yeah.
games. But Caitlin Ford, she is quick and she's a machine.
Do they quantify that? Like, do you have the stats on what they do a game? I'll be curious to know.
Well,
Having played a game of
they
soccer
did
before.
put up that she ran the most for the tournament, but in the I believe it was the
Beningi.
Denmark game, Mary Fowler ran 15.7 Ks,
Yeah, okay.
which is incredible because that's only 90 minutes of football.
Is that a common?
That's
That's an
a
AFL
high amount.
midfielder over some like 120 minutes. Well, there's bench
Yeah.
times,
And
but
the
still,
field
yeah.
and the field's so much bigger as well in footy.
You've got to cover more. Whereas, like, when I was playing local soccer in, I think my max ever was like 11.
How did you measure that? Did you have a watch or did you have
No, so Adidas back in the day released
the little chip.
The little chip that goes in your
shoe.
boots.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
so it goes
have
in the inner sole. They probably still have,
you
like
put it
it's
in
still
different
available.
styles of boots?
Nah. So it was like you take the inner sole out and there was a little pouch at the bottom.
Like the Nike
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like 11. So 15's very impressive. Speaking of footy, did you see Tom Scully now doesn't hold the top 5 highest distance covered in AFL games? He had first to 5th.
Wow, did he?
Yep, and it's been broken this year.
really
I bet you
obvious
I
good
can't
at,
find it now that I've broken.
Tom
that.
Scully. Is he the really handsome guy from Geelong?
Tom Stewart, I think you're
That's-
thinking.
No. The bald guy used to be the captain a few years ago.
Gary Ablett. Paul Chapman.
No.
Oh, Tom Harley.
Oh, yeah, Tom Harley.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Very
nah.
handsome man.
Oh,
Good on him.
interesting.
Let's have. I'll check. I'll check.
What do you
whether
mean?
he's
What are you
handsome.
checking?
Well, check
If he's
his-
handsome or not.
How do you go? Is Tom Harley handsome?
Yeah, Tom Harley was handsome during his day. Good on him.
Well, anyway, I bet you I can't find this information because whenever you want something.
Speaking of
it's-
handsome, Callum Wilkie.
Callum Wilkie.
What? No offense, Callum Wilkie, but what?
I hope you're listening, Cal.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Oh, all right. Well, let's only.
that's
come
really
on.
rude.
There's a bit of a throwback
Zach.
to our old footy. I was actually thinking about that. Some of the footy players we called out. We called out Alex Keith having resting bitch face. Remember we-
And he really dropped off in performance
Yeah.
after that. So I don't want to be the reason that
although
happened, but-
someone we called out for looking like a particular thing actually got better, which is Brad Close. We said he looked like a mortician.
Oh yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, but he got a haircut. I think
I
it detracted from the pale skin.
Well, it's bloody. A haircut is pretty underrated because I had long hair down on my shoulders.
Yeah,
and
the
I
size
had,
of your head significantly decreased when you
Speaking
got
of
a
handsome,
haircut.
And I
man,
was-
what
and I
is
was-
this?
and I was-
Darcy Moore doing a seltzer ad on the television.
Oh, there you
behind
go.
the
Or
camera.
maybe
Can you not cut Simon off?
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure
sorry.
we've cut Grazzi off
Oh,
plenty of times.
number of times.
Yeah, but I had long hair and no girlfriend and short hair fiance.
Well, there you go.
Actually, okay, segue. So we bought the Mac 12 at Lane Cellars. I have a Lane Cellars story,
Oh.
but it involves Marcella. So anyway, because she's a lovely, lovely girl, she was at Lane Cellars. She got some. Kuda wanted to buy some beers for
Dog beer.
Yeah, some dog beers.
Moondog.
Yeah. Anyway, wanted to buy some beers for Sime, who is me. Anyway, she
Yes.
got basically rolled outside of Lane Cellars. There was these 2 young girls that were like, "Hey, can we get a lift to Frankie's?"
Bullshit.
Nah, 100%. Can we get a lift to Frankie's? And she's like, why do you need to go to Frankie's? Like, oh, she's hurt her leg. She's like, yeah, look, see.
Yeah, but why do you need to go to Frankie's for that?
Yeah. Anyway, and it was
They're a burger place, not a hospital.
and it was like a little, I don't know, a little Grays or something like that. And they were probably like,
How old were these people?
they were pretty young. Anyway, so rather than Marcella just ignoring them or saying, no, I can't, she went around to Woolies and drew out $30 and said, I don't want to take you, but here's money for a taxi.
Oh.
Good on her, but that's such a. I wouldn't have even thought of
She's
that.
such a lovely person. I reckon I would have
I'm going to use that $30 for drugs.
Yeah,
have the
well,
AFL
yes,
up on your
exactly. That's pretty much where she
borrow
went. But if I was there, I would have just been like, "Hey, get out of here! Hey, shut up!"
Now,
No, I would have used my face changer from Mission Impossible
Yeah.
and gone bam, ba, bam, ba, bam, bam.
that story you just mentioned actually just reminds me. My dad was telling me a story today. He was coming home late last. He's a musician, so he's playing. What was he playing? Yesterday, Wodonga, something. He's coming back late last night. Got to down the bottom Albury TAFE, bottom of Gap Road. So it's sort of like an in between spot because you
Yep.
could be walking from Central Albury to like Glenroy Hollow, the suburb. He said there was a young girl just like stumbling, walking across the middle of the road, completely on her own.
Good.
And he said, back in the day, I would have stopped him and like, you
Yeah.
clearly need a lift. And he had to just go, I can't.
Yep. So that was also Marcella's point. To be
Yeah.
honest, she goes back in the day. I would have, yeah, sure, jump in. I will give you a lift, but these days you don't know, which is
Yeah.
true. It's
Well,
unfortunate.
and he didn't worry necessarily about what she was doing, about what she would do. He was worried about how it would look that he's picking up some young.
Yeah,
drunk
but
girl in the
no, it
middle
was
of
still
the road.
yeah. You got to be
Yeah.
bloody careful. Anyway,
So remember that time I was talking about distances covered in the AFL? I found out. Tom Scully had the top 5 most highest
Who's Tom
distance
Scully?
ever.
I've heard him.
Played for GWS and Hawthorn.
And Melbourne.
He
was all right.
He was good at GWS, not good at Hawthorn. But Ryan Burns got himself into 3rd this year at St Kilda. Yeah.
That's
which
impressive.
is not
Tom
bad.
Scully probably got more
And
on the
he
ball.
did it against Essendon.
Of course.
Of course, everyone plays well
Such a
against
strong
Essendon.
defensive unit.
Yes. Jesse Hogan sucks. And he kicked 9 against Essendon.
Was it 9 goals 5 as well or something?
Just-
9-3, I think.
That was the funniest pause ever because I think he might have gone somewhere else for a minute and then he just like, that dude sucks.
Yeah, I went into like the suppressed memory part of my brain.
Oh, goodness me. I'm pretty
I'm
lit.
looking forward to watching that back.
I'm pretty lit up at this point, I have to tell you.
Well, let's finish this off properly now. Let's talk about Bridge Road.
Yes.
And I actually had an idea about Ree. We thought we want to get Ree back on the podcast at some point.
Bad Girl Riri.
Do you remember?
Is that that's Rihanna's?
Rihanna.
We'll have to set up an umbrella
yeah.
behind her.
Yeah.
But she was telling us about all the beers that she liked, and they were sort of different styles to the ones we generally enjoy.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast where we have a guest like that, and they bring the beers.
Yes.
Like their favourite beers, and then we all have them, and,
And then we
talk
rate
about
them. Yes, that's very
Yeah.
good. No,
And then we can be like, nah, sucks.
oh dear, oh dear. I don't think I have too much more. I'll kick myself because I watch this back. I'll be like, I wrote so many things down. Oh, also, we've written down value. Did I even talk about this? So, yeah, where'd we get it? Bridge Road Lane sellers. How much? 42 for the 12, which was the cellared version, and $39 for the 13, the newest. So I don't know if that changes your rating at all.
Oh, does it? Yep. Was the newest cheaper?
The newest was cheaper.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it probably changes mine as well. The B2 Bomber 12, the 17th birthday, the Cryo Hops, Sabro, and I talked about the Cryo Hops. Yeah, okay. All right, very good.
Do you want to know? We may as well, because we may as well find out
well,
what
this
our
is new thing
highest
we like
rated.
doing. Yeah, I really enjoy this.
How do I go to mine?
This is our untapped history. So would this be at Bridge Road, our highest rated Bridge Road beer? First check-in.
How do I look up someone else's? Do we have to be friends? Are we all friends? I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know.
all friends.
Okay. How do I get more of this? How does this... How,
Open
you have
it.
to
You have it on
reopen
the
it?
lid and then you tip it.
Oh, no, you might have to.
I hate stuff like that.
Here you go.
Oof.
Highest rated, your rating high to low. So my highest rated was the B2 Bomber 10. I gave it a 5.
Oh, right.
Hudson, that
Okay.
you and I had
On tap, yeah.
at the Woolhouse.
Yeah, it was the launch at the
Yeah.
Woolhouse.
Nice.
Thanks, Gav.
Thanks, Gav.
Thanks, Gavin.
Thank you, Simon, for allowing that to happen as well. I remember he facilitated my attendance that day.
Did I? Okay.
God, the lightning is
This is a good bloke.
striking. Is that what you say when you need to
I'm not sure.
When you need to
drop
shit.
the kids off at the hall?
Yeah. I was like Coot the other day. I'm sorry. Hate to tell dogs. Well, I've only got a dog, right? Oh, however, Grazie may have a good follow-up story if he chooses to tell it. So we're going for a walk the other day. We're out at Yak. We're going down the bloody whatever trail out there. And Coot is so excited. He's pulling. Normally he does the poop stalk onto the lawn and does it. Anyway, he's just walking along the track and just goes while he's walking. I'm like, bruh.
See, that's the one thing I'm jealous about with dogs. One, not having to go to a job, but two, just like, I need to poo, I will poo right now.
And
Yes.
you will pick it up.
Yeah, and someone else will clean it.
Grazie, do you have a
The
follow-up?
follow-up
story?
was that I'm grateful enough that I made it 3.5 years of being a parent without a poo in the bath, but that was destroyed last night
Poop in the bath.
by my daughter, who's now not on formula anymore and is now on milk.
Six-pack of nuggets, please.
But yeah, it was. I think this was the 12.
Any sauces?
And what's the 12-pack of nuggets? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
can
on
I
you.
get water as the sauce? So Grazie's highest rated was the Robust Porter, the B2 Bomber 10 as well, and the New Sky Volume 4 Double Florida.
I must not have reviewed the New Sky Volume 2 in that case. I'm pretty sure I gave that 5.
All 5s.
I hope I
Oh,
gave-
you did. You gave it a 4.75, you dickhead.
What's wrong with me?
I hope I gave Exeter a 7 out of 5.
You gave Exeter a 4.75 out of 5,
What?
and that's
It's
your
the-
highest.
There's a 7 in there,
The
son.
best.
So Simo has no 5s for Bridge Road.
That's not right.
Why do you
Right.
hate local breweries?
No, I don't.
I gave the 13 a 5.
And what was my second? Euro Haze.
Fuck.
No,
got
it
out of it.
Doesn't matter.
History. Ugh, don't want to
Well, I
see
went looking at
that.
history. That's all right.
Jeez.
Euro Haze.
Yeah, wrong. It wouldn't be the second one. There's
New
heaps.
Sky 1, New Sky 2, New Sky 3. All 4.5s.
Yeah, okay. I became harsh after those rating systems. Anyway.
You've always been harsh.
I know. Anyway,
Greatest beer of all time, 3.
That was early days of Untapped.
it was.
I used to rate on
Deece.
I used to wrapped. Let's rap for a minute. I used to rate on Untapped.
Have you got a seat that you can sit on the opposite
backwards hat.
direction?
Let's rap for a minute. They used to rate via the style. So if I had a saison and this was the best
Oh,
saison
we've
I
talked
ever had,
about
it
it,
had
yeah.
5. Yeah. So that's why the Bridge Road Porter is at a 5 as well. Like it,
But it's a good
it's
beer.
a great porter. Is it a 5 out of 5 compared?
I had it the other day on Nitro. It's quite good. I had a pint of it.
Nitro Circus.
Pint.
Yes, I did.
1 pint, please.
Anyway, are we all done? All bets? No more bets?
Yep.
Any bets? Righto. Well, I'm pretty belted at this point, but thank you to Bridge Road. Thanks, Bad Girl
eyes
Riri
flicking.
for the beer, and thank you to Ben for concocting it. Good job.
My right eye's twitching.
Oh yeah, that
'cause of
means
the
you
beers.
need a little sleep.
Is it?
I don't know. Grazie, what do you reckon?
WebMD.
We like beer. You like beer. Drink some good beer.
Yes, beer.